What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Thompson Twins, and we're returning to Big Trash 1989. Thank you again to Phil. And the next track is Dirty Summer's Day. It sounds a little edgy, but it feels also like there's a bit of contrast. A summer's day is often used as one of the more pleasant environments or experiences you can have. The sun on your face, and whether you're sitting in a field somewhere or enjoying an experience with a close friend, a significant other, what have you. Again, in different types of art, it's often held up as this sort of idyllic, perfectly comfortable situation. So to then call it a dirty summer's day suggests that maybe there's something militating against that. There is a situation which is messy, complicated, unpleasant, malodorous maybe. So yeah, I don't quite know what to make of the phrase, but it is interesting for the internal tension that it seems to have. Let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Thompson Twins. The track is Dirty Summer's Day, and it's from their 1989 album Big Trash. That's not a good sign. say here, I think we can all draw a particularly important lesson from this song. Don't throw glow-in-the-dark stiletto heels from 42nd room windows. You might hurt someone down on the ground floor. But yes, assuming I heard that section correctly and other lines, overall it sounds like someone who became enamored with another person, maybe even had a relationship with this person, but quickly the other person turned away and went away, and they stole his heart and then left, and he's very annoyed about it, and it sounds like he's now reached the anger phase of his grieving process, and he wants to destroy flowers or indeed get rid of possessions she may have left behind, because anything that reminds him of her is making him exceedingly upset. It also sounds like there's a bit of a danger to it, like he's so bothered, so looking for vengeance, if you will, that he's even prepared to do something extreme or die because, he just can't envision this summer day in his current state feeling like this wicked game has been played on him. So I think it was Dirty Trick specifically. But yeah, it's kind of the idea of Chris Isaak's Wicked Game, where it sounds like, he became entranced. There was a moment where it seemed like it was happening. That evaporated in front of him. She's turned and gone, and now he's left with broken pieces, and his heart has been stolen. So yeah, he sounds annoyed. He sounds upset. I don't quite know, if certain details here I heard correctly, and if he is, in that extreme of a state as it sounded like he was. But generally speaking, I think it's, again, a woman was in his life. It looked like there was something happening, or maybe there really was some form of connection, but she pulled back, went away, and now he's left feeling very upset and mistreated. I enjoy the Sonics a lot. It has a bit of a funk feel. It has that synth pop meets funk type of atmosphere, but there's some emotional qualities to the Sonics. Some of the synths had this very emotional feel. Now again, the guitar, the bass, they had a bit of funkiness to them. I enjoy the echo. Not only was Tom's voice echoed, but there were some sounds, and some of them were less lead melodies and more accompanying type of sounds, but they had this cool echo to them. Even the guitar, there were a couple moments where the guitar had some echo on it, and that gave it some scope and space. So I enjoyed the Sonics, and it reminded me of the 80s, which again, I get it, 89, it's the end of that decade, but in many ways, the way we think about decades is very rigid, and the idea that somehow 91 is vastly different from 89 is, I think, mistaken. And in fact, 91 is likely to be a lot more like 89 than 81 was. So yeah, we think of these decade categories as discrete, but to me, and as someone who grew up in the 80s, born in 80, so in 89 I was 8/9 years old, this sounds like the 80s I remember, in that, by the time you get to be 7, 8, 9 years old, you're old enough to start paying attention to things and remembering things and, taking interest in specific groups and so on. I was buying my own cassette tapes, by the ages of 8 or 9. So yeah, this very much screams 80s to me, even if it's different from, music that people, including Thompson Twins, were making a few years earlier. So yeah, I very much enjoyed this one, and I do wonder about the lyrical themes, so let me know if you have some insight there, or how close my take on what's happening here actually was. In any case, once again, shout out to Phil for sharing, Mark and others for commenting on the previous Thompson Twins reactions, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.